Developed, created, and owned by James PoeArtistry Productions. Leonard Nimoy once in an interview expressing the popularity of Star Trek and the long-livedness that it will go into the future. I guess I can use the term never go out of style, even though he didn't use that style. It is of a nature because he's the example of children. 10 years old, he said, even watching the television show, and can still come back, sometime later, few years later, or even less, and watch the same episode, over and over again, and still gather some point that they didn't pick up when they first watched the show. And like I said, this has a long-livedness, and he was right about that, because there are some episodes, I can easily say was watched more than, even the fingers on both my hands. You see, each episode, during my lifetime, very interesting on that. But see, I know I'm not the only one. Some people can say, probably they watched, each episode exponentially way more than that. And so I'm not going to even try to put a number on it. But with that still being the case, since we've been doing the Star Trek commentaries, as you know, as I'm bringing some of the writings and the talking points from over the years back to the James PoeArtistry Productions website, remember when I created that book called A Child's Vision, commentary on Star Trek, which, again, like I said, is something that was very nice for exercising the mind, creativeness, and, and commentary. So, what I want to do for you, right now is to share these episodes that were way back in 1966 to 1967. Gene Roddenberry, in his prime, if you see, or what have you, at least for this idea, because Gene Roddenberry, he was a creative. He was a prolific writer. He had so many ideas of different shows and concepts that we won't go into here that continue to really show what his mindset was for the future, So let me, relate some of these episodes. And I have not done a commentary on all of them. But if you catch a title and say, that sounds interesting, maybe you'll look it up. Maybe you're, binge watch, what have you, or watch one of these Star Trek episodes and see what you think about the subject matter, the acting, etc. So let's start off with listing all these episodes from 1966 and 1967, and listen to the title, and you can roll around in your mind, I wonder what in this episode, is really going to connect the title, why was it chosen for such, all right? So here's the list. The Man Trap, Charlie X, Where No Man Has Gone Before, The Naked Time, The Enemy Within, Mud's Women, What Are Little Girls Made Of, Mirai, Dagger of the Mind, The Cobaltite Maneuver, The Menagerie Part 1, The Menagerie Part 2, The Conscience of the King, Balance of Terror, Shore Leave, The Galileo 7, The Squire of Gothos, Arena, Tomorrow is Yesterday, Court Martial, The Return of the Archons, Space Seed, A Taste of Armageddon, This Side of Paradise, The Devil in the Darkness, Errand of Mercy, The Alternative Factor, The City on the Edge of Forever, Operation Annihilate. See, those are actually 29 episodes I mentioned right there. Thank you for being here, and I hope you've been enjoying some of these commentaries on the Star Trek, if not all the ones that I made so far. Again, as I said, it's a nice exercising of the mind, creativeness, and it's, as I mentioned before, Leonard Nimoy was correct on being able to pick up certain points from that time period and even see way these many years later how they may have some point, you see, of reference to, again, what is happening socially, even on the world scene today, even though this opera, Star Trek opera, so to speak, was placed in space. You can certainly see where he gets or got some of his inspiration from. Okay? So, thank you again for being here. Have a very wonderful day, okay? You have just listened to the Perceptive Readers podcast. Remember, until next time, if you read something that encourages you to improve or enhance your life for the better, it becomes your reality. Developed, created, and owned by James PoeArtistry Productions.